What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and I'm here today with the review for Love After Lockup. This is season 2. Technically, it's season 3, but it's episode number 33, and it's titled Love the Way You Lie. So, you guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and just get right into today's video. All right, you guys. So, we're going to start off with Angela and Tony. So, Angela went to see Tony, and she tried to break up with Tony. And she said, I tried to break up with Tony, but Tony begged me not to go. He wants me to stay. And, he's pulling this manipulative stuff. He doesn't want to, he's in jail and he doesn't want to be alone. So, he says that he loves me, but I don't believe him. He does not prove that he loves me. So I don't believe that Tony loves me. No shit, Sherlock. We all know that Tony doesn't love you. And so she has all of Tony's belongings. She's like, you know what? I got him a phone. So I'm going to go through his phone because I know that there's another girl that he's talking to. And I'm going to find out. So, she finds the phone and she looks through it and she's like, oh, so here is someone named Michael. Tony thinks he's slick. He's named this trick Michael, but her name is Michelle. And, it says, I love you. And I will always love you. And this is hard on me because I felt bad for you. He's begging and pleading for Michelle to respond. He's begging and pleading with Michelle, but Michelle never responded. like Angela got on my nerves, and then we saw the camera crew, they were talking to Tony, and Tony's, they asked Tony, did he cheat on her? And Tony says he didn't cheat on Angela. But he couldn't say that shit with a straight face. And I'm like, Tony, you was messing with somebody else. You don't want to be with Angela long-toothed ass. What you want is you were using Angela for her money while you was in prison. But once you got out, you had no intentions of being with Angela. Had zero intentions of being with Angela. Not a one. So Angela, when she found that phone with those messages, she had all his shit on the side of her car, and she just started kicking it and left it. I'm like, well, what is that gonna do? That's not gonna help your cause. He still messing with this other chick. So she said, he's not gonna stop calling me. He's in jail, so he's gonna continue to call me, and he's calling me because he's alone in there. Well, of course, Angela, but it's gonna be up to you to not answer that phone. But Angela's not that bright. Really, Angela can't be that bright. Come on, Angela. Don't be that stupid. But we're going to move on to the next stupid. Everybody in this episode was pretty stupid to me. Not one person in this episode made any sense. Minus a few people. But we're going to talk about those two that made sense to me. So let's move on. Alright, so next up is Lacey and Shane. So we see that Lacey and Shane have had sex all night long. I'm like, did we ask for that? No. You know what's so funny? Because I found Lacey and Shane's Twitters last week. Actually, this week. I found their Twitters. And on their Twitters, they're only fan models. And all they do is post about their OnlyFans. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm getting some love after lockup. Don't pay out that much money. I knew that. So Shane tells Lacey he's falling more and more in love with her. And then Lacey's like, I've developed very strong feelings for Shane. And this has been a crazy journey. But I feel like the luckiest girl in the world right now. I'm like, you feel like the luckiest girl in the world, but you got him. Your fiance is in jail, about to get out in 3 days, but you feel like the luckiest girl in the world. Okay. She says, it's nice to have you in my bed, and I don't want you to ever leave. But, I'm engaged to John, and he's coming to live with me. So, I don't know, but could you, see yourself living here with me? And Shane is like, yeah, he could. She's like, and I also want you to meet my kids. She's like, I think my kids will love you. I'm just like, really? You don't know him that well, but you feel like you feel like you're ready to introduce him to your kids. What a dingbat. Oh my God. She's like, so John's release date is coming up. I'm like, really, Lacey? You are not crying. And she says, so John could be Marlo's father? And he was like, you didn't tell me that. She was like, I know, but, once John gets out, he's going to want to probably do a paternity test to find out if, Marlo is his son. Now, here's what baffled me with Shane. So Shane says that he wants everything with John over, but if this is potentially the father of her child, you're stuck with this. You stuck with him. Like, you can't tell the man to go somewhere. Now, if he's not Marlo's father, absolutely. But if he's potentially this child's father, you can't say shit. Like, you're going to have to deal with him. So then we see, her dad comes over and he has the kids. And this is the first time they are all going to meet Shane. And I'm like, what? Are you serious? This is the first time you're going to introduce Like, I would have said, okay, cool to introduce your dad to him for the first time, but your kids? Lacey and Cheryl need to be evaluated see if they are fit to be these kids' parents. And normally I would not say nothing like this because I just don't like it when people come after the mothers for the kids. But with these two women, they need to have CPS in their lives because they are not fit to be parents. Like, Lacey, and I like Shane. I'm not gonna sit here and say I don't. I like Shane, but Shane just got out of prison. You don't know him that well. Yes, you were talking to him while he was in prison, but you didn't know him. Then he just got out a few days ago. You still have not had the chance to really get to know him. You've gotten to know him physically, but not inside. You haven't got to know who he is as a person to bring him around your kids, and I just think that's so fucking stupid. Like, really ridiculously stupid. So she says, my dad has no idea who Shane is. And, my dad doesn't want me to be with another felon. No shit, Sherlock. So her dad was really shocked to see John. And Shane. And I'm pretty positive. I can understand that. He asked her, so what about John? She tells him, so Dad, I lied to you about the modeling job that I went on. So there was no modeling job. I went to go pick Shane up from prison. I'm like, you dumbass. And then, her daddy told her this is crazy, which it really is. And she didn't really say anything about what her situation is with John. And, he says, so what makes Shane so different? She says, I've gotten to know Shane on a different level. And Shane is the most level-headed guy I've ever met. And, he and John are like total opposites. And, I love the fact that her dad was speaking facts to her. Because, he said she needs to worry about her kids. And then also you have John's ring. And then he was talking to Shane. And, he told her, basically, you need to make a choice. And he asked Shane, so, she's engaged to someone else. Do you think she could cheat on you? And Shane was like, I don't think she could. I'm like, are you serious? She didn't tell you she was engaged. She's cheating on her fiance with you. So you don't think she has the potential to cheat? Like, I like Shane. And then, her dad also asked Shane how old he was. He said 21. He said 21? She has kids. Are you ready to do that? I don't think that Shane is. He might be. I just don't see it. And with a dingbat like Lacey, no. But we're going to move on, you guys. Like, so that was one of the people who made sense. Lacey's dad. And we're going to get into the next person who made some sense, but didn't make some sense. But they're not right here. But we're going to move on. All right, so now let's talk about this ignorant-ass Gloria. So Gloria and Alex go on a date because, this is a makeup for them having sex the night before and not going out to eat. And I'm like, Gloria, you sound stupid as shit. And why the fuck does Gloria insist on looking like Mimi from the Drew Carey show? Because that clown makeup she got on her eyes, this blush, on her, like all this, you look like a clown. You look like Mimi from Drew Carey show. Like, swear to God, she looks like Mimi. So, she's telling Alex that she's ready to plan their vows. And I'm like, he just got out of jail. So, what money are y'all going to use to get married on? Like, I don't think any of these people who are ready to just marry these people right out of prison have any realistic goals. Like, you got to pay for a wedding. You got to get a venue. Like, y'all want to get, unless y'all going to go down to the courthouse But the way some of these people are talking, y'all are not trying to go to the courthouse. The people who I don't think are trying to go to the courthouse will be Angela and Tony. They're not. She's not trying to go to. She's not trying to go to the courthouse. Glorietta's not trying to go to the courthouse. Cheryl, dumbass, is not trying to go to the courthouse. But let's get back to Glorietta's stupid ass. So, she's talking about them having kids, and she's talking about, if the kids will be, the kids being Muslim, because you remember, her mama brought that up last week. And so she's talking about, my mom said that if if I don't convert, that you'll leave me. And if you leave me, I'll find you. And she's like, I'm just playing. I'm like, nah, run, Alex, because she's not playing. She's not playing. But, she tells him that she wants her child to be Catholic, and he says Muslim. So here goes the ignorance of Glorietta. So Glorietta talking about, she keeps trying to name these countries where she thinks Islam is. She's like, Arab. I'm like, it's not Arab. It's not Arab. It's Arab. And she says, Egypt. He says, can we just say Middle East? I'm like, yes, please say Middle East. She's like, this is America, and, I want my kids to be raised Catholic. But in America, you have the freedom to be whatever you want to be. You can be an Orthodox Jew. You can be a Baptist. You can be a Christian. You can be Catholic. You can be Buddhist. You can be Muslim. You can be whatever you want to be. So that ignorant statement that she made, I was completely offended, and I'm not even a Muslim. But I do have an uncle who went to prison, and he found Islam. And, I didn't understand it because I was a little kid. But as I got older, I have learned a little bit more about Muslim, the Nation of Islam. And it's not, I'm not going to shit on nobody. I don't know if I could convert to Islam, but who knows? I could. If I met someone who's Islamic, I probably could. I don't have a problem with it. Actually, I kind of do have one problem. They don't eat pork. But I don't eat pork like that. Sometimes I'll eat bacon and sausage, but not too regularly. So I guess I could give up pork completely. Oh no, I don't know about that. I don't know. That would be a hard one. That would be a hard one. And then also for her to say Catholic, that Catholicism is Roman. That is a Roman. So Glorietta, you sounded so fucking stupid. So then we just see these two dumb fools, and they go ring shopping. I'm like, wait a minute, what money does Alex have to go ring shopping? But he said he knew this person in his previous life. I'm like, again, what money do you have? So then they pick out a ring. So he says, can I get down on one knee? She's like, okay. So he gets down on a knee, and she's like, I'm sitting here like, wait a minute. Glorietta's got to be fucking with me. She's got to be fucking with me because you just saw him pick out this ring, so you knew what was happening. Because that girl behind the counter, she was like, really? We on the same pay system. Really, Glorietta? And then she says, you know what? The kids can be Muslim. What about you? Moving on, because Glorietta's so fucking stupid to me. Like her and that ignorant comment about Islam was so stupid. But moving on. All right, you guys. So we got Cheryl and Josh. So I guess Cheryl got some new clothes after going into that swamp last week. So they are heading to the family reunion. So, they get there. They meet the family members. Cheryl was a little off-putting because she's, she knows that Tina's coming. And she's not really looking forward to seeing Tina. And, the uncle asks him what are their plans. She says, they get married. So then we see Tina and her dude Kenny pull up. So, again, Cheryl is just in that one of them stages where she's kind of off-putting. So, Tina pulls, actually, no, Tina was talking to a family member. And, is that Sheila? She said Cheryl. And she says, you know what? I don't think that they're going to be together for that long. You and I mean, that is one thing that I can agree with you on, Tina, that they're not going to be together for very long. And she don't feel like she's a one. So then, she tells Josh she don't think that she can do it. I'm like, what do you think? What don't you think you can do? That's between him and her. So, now before they got there, Cheryl was talking about her tire on her car. And I'm like, that should be the least of your worries because your car got a big-ass dent on the passenger rear. And then your bumper, like your whole back bumper is fucked up. Like actually your car is fucked up, but we're not gonna talk about that. So you talking about your tire? Like if you knew that your tire was jacked up, why the hell did you even? Why did you even drive all the way there to Colorado from Texas? Like that was stupid. But we gonna get into how we just gonna talk about her just a little bit about how really stupid she is. So then they get into it because she's ready to get because at this point she's ready to go get the tire, and I'm like, they ain't even cut the man's cake. This is a welcome home party for him. Yes, you're uncomfortable because of his mama, but that ain't got nothing to do with his cake. Let the man get his cake, and y'all can go after that. Because then she tried to say, well, you got your tether. He's like, well, I can go home with my mama. And she still kind of hassled him about that. I'm like, Cheryl, shut up. Shut the fuck up. God, she's got him. She is batshit fucking crazy. So they do end up leaving, and Tina thinks that she's nuts. And I'm like, Tina, on that one, we can definitely agree. So, Josh tells Cheryl that sometimes he is miserable and he's also ecstatic with her. He was telling her how he had to lie to her when he was in prison so he can go out and play basketball. I'm like, damn. And then, she went off on a little tangent about how she went without to send him money when he was in prison. And then she drove all the way there just to be with him. Well, number one, no one told you to send this man that you really didn't know money, that trumped you and your kids. Like, come on, you got kids just like Lacey. Y'all are neglecting y'all kids. Like, how can you neglect your kids for a man that you don't know and you just recently you're meeting for the first time? Like, dumbasses. Pure dumbasses. God, they're stupid. Hella fucking stupid to me. I just don't get it. I don't get it. But we're gonna move on. And then to close out, we're gonna end it with Vincent and Amber. God, these two annoy me. These two, out of anybody on this cast, annoy me the most. Because it's a con, and a con. And, Amber wants to play like, she's this innocent victim that, Vincent is taking advantage of. I'm like, hello. You were running, I think you were running a scam on him as well. But, what the, shut up. Shut up, Amber. You're stupid. So now we did find out that she actually did stay with him the night before because remember she went to Magic City. She got wasted, so she got an Uber home and she was there with him. So then she tells Vincent, things are not really adding up with me. So she said she didn't know his real name until after he asked her to marry him. She said because when he was writing her, he was writing her as Hercules. I'm like, really? Common sense didn't say, let me ask this. So Hercules, is that your real name or is that a fake name? And then he said the reason why he said that, which he backpedaled, but I understood to an extent what he meant. I mean, he was writing to a prisoner, so he didn't necessarily know what they were in jail for. And, so yeah, you got to protect, I guess you got to kind of protect your identity a little bit, because, I mean, shit, if they get out and they're serial and they're undercover killer, then yes, you don't want them to be like, oh, so John hit me up and here's his address. Oh, there's his address. Okay, so I'm gonna pull up here and we're gonna do this. Or, if they know you got money or something, they could rob you. I'm not really making any excuses for him because he doesn't make any sense to me. Again, neither one of them make any sense, but he definitely makes very little sense and neither does she. Like, come on. So then she asked him, like, could they only know each other for a few weeks and why did he ask her to marry him? And he said he felt like the connection was there. I'm like, what connection? Hell, there's not even an internet connection, a TV connection, a phone connection, no kind of connection, no love connection, no lust connection. There's no connection between you two. Like, there is static shock between you two. Literally, like, there is nothing between you two. But there's a connection. The fuck out of here. But you guys, that was Love After Lockup. Be sure to like the video, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel. Also hit that bell notification button so you guys know when I drop anything else. Share the video and I will see you guys later. And also thank you so much to everybody who subscribed to my channel. I do appreciate you guys so much. This makes it because I have been wondering for a long time if I was doing any, if I was I don't want to say any good at it, if I was entertaining enough. But, I think you guys are thoroughly entertained with me, and I appreciate you guys who love me doing the Lacey voice and the Angela voice. The Angela voice is hard to do because, you know, my voice is deep already, but trying to add that cigarette rasp to it, but trying to add that cigarette, there we go. Trying to add that cigarette rasp to my voice, it really fucking hurts. But I definitely enjoy it nonetheless, and I enjoy you guys enjoying me. So until the next video, you guys, later.